and welcome to Scooped, the ice cream review podcast where we try all the cone creations, signature slushes, and frozen foods on the East Coast to give you the ultimate scoop. My name is Holly Hagman, and with me, as always, is my co-host, husband, and ice cream connoisseur, Paul Percibali. Paul, do you think we've taken this ice cream podcast too far?
Far in what respect?
Well, I do not. Donut.
Yeah.
Do not.
All right. That's cute.
That'll make sense in a minute. Anyway, in our last episode, we reviewed What's the Scoop, which we placed at the B tier level. And for this episode, we are reviewing a gourmet donut shop with crazy ice cream creations, Duck Donuts.
Yes. One that I'm sure that they weren't expecting us to be reviewing.
Perhaps not, because it's really not an... ice cream is their secondary.
That's their secondary, not their
treat.
Tertiary?
Alright, well, okay. They have ice cream on the menu.
Yeah, I didn't even know that until we went there for a doctor's appointment. And then I was like, oh, there's ice cream on this. And it was like, yeah, let's add it to the list.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I went for the most harrowing CAT scan of my entire life, and...
Fun times.
We can talk about that story later. But for now...
I guess we could.
Yeah, I mean, why not? That'll be why we were there. But for now, let's talk about the background about the restaurant.
Alright. So, starting off, from the About section of their website, it all began on the sandy beaches of the Outer Banks in Duck, North Carolina.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Their founder, Russ DiGilio, and his family would enjoy relaxing and fun vacations. But something was missing. There was no place to get that sweet staple of happiness, a warm, fresh donut. So they decided to create their own, which led to Duck Donuts opening in 2007. I thought they were older than that.
Apparently not.
Now, you can enjoy the taste of the Outer Banks in your backyard by visiting one of our 100-plus locations across the country. And their mission is to deliver smiles and warm, delicious, and made-to-order donuts created just the way you like it. And they definitely do. I did not expect the dude to just make them.
Yep.
Right then and there.
Yep.
Not like Dunkin' Donuts where they could be sitting around for years.
Correct. Well, not years. Hours.
Years.
Okay.
Sometimes they taste like they're... I don't have the donuts very often, but the one that I stole from a kid on Wednesday, last Wednesday, it tasted old.
I only like one donut from Dunkin' Donuts, and it's the French cruller. And that's because it tastes like a duck donut.
That's true. I like the vanilla cream.
Oh, ugh.
Don't you
I'm
me?
sorry, I don't like any of the ones that are filled. I don't like the texture of its blurting.
Well, it's not my fault that you don't have good taste.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't you tell us about their beliefs?
Okay. We are dedicated to delighting our guests by treating them like family and consistently providing a superior product and exceptional customer service in an authentic manner. We pride ourselves...
Nope.
We pride ourselves on our community engagement and commitment to making changes for the better through innovation every day.
And I believe that, honestly, because they had community stuff.
Yeah, they did.
They
had a lot.
Store. They had a bulletin board with flyers and things, and our friend actually that we know had her business card up in there because she's a photographer. So shout out to Maureen Dugan Photography if you need any.
Yes,
photos.
she helped photograph our wedding.
She did.
Did you send it to her, by the way?
No, I forgot. I gotta text her.
Okay,
I'll do it after this. But they also had a board, like a TV screen that kept showing pictures, I guess, of different events that took place in the store. There was a thing with the Girl Scouts. There was office parties, birthday things. There were all kinds of little pictures that kept popping up, which I thought was really cute.
Yeah, it's definitely a very community centric store.
Yeah. Plus they had merch with the store name and address, this particular, the Middletown Duck Donuts on it.
Yes.
Which was kind of fun. But, despite the name of Duck Donuts, it has nothing to do with an actual duck. As we learned, they originated in Duck, North Carolina, but they have an interesting history of their logo, who is a little duck. He's a friendly little guy named Ollie, and we're going to hear all about him, so strap in.
Tell us, Holly.
Okay. Ollie is the name of our fun and lovable donut duck ambassador. You might have noticed him with his favorite donut in our logo, a freshly made vanilla cake donut with chocolate icing and rainbow sprinkles. He is proud of the fact that he's been watching families customize their own donuts since the day Duck Donuts was founded in the Outer Banks of Duck, North Carolina, where he was born. Ollie is a nod to our beach town roots that can be found through all our shops around the country and the world. Ducklish sounds like nothing else because Duck Donuts taste like nothing else.
It definitely is. They are definitely interesting donuts.
It's
like
true.
They're somewhere between, halfway between donuts and cake.
Yeah, they're more of a cake base for sure. So come on in for some warm Ducklicious donuts, customized just for you, and see all the places you can spot Ollie in the shop. Tag him using the hashtag #OllieLovesDonuts.
And you took a picture with him when we were there.
I did, yes. My friend Ollie.
Yes.
And Ollie and Holly.
Holly and Holly.
Partners in crime.
Yes. Next up, giving back one donut at a time. We consider our company to be a family and encourage each shop to invest in the organizations, foundations, and people in their own community. The Quack Gives Back program promotes partnering with community groups to raise awareness and funds for their causes. Whether the designated organization is looking for donations or fundraising opportunities, Quack Gives Back is a vehicle to accomplish this.
And they had a board in the store, and I'll obviously include the picture.
Wow, there's so much rhyming. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, I know. But they had a little sign about this in their store, and it's like a board of, well, I'll just, look.
Yes.
Of who is the current recipient of their donations and assistance, basically. And it's just, again, it seems like a very community-oriented company. It's really nice. The end. Anyway. So there are approximately 143 locations of Duck Donuts across 27 states and Puerto Rico. And there are also international locations in Canada, Qatar, Thailand, Curacao, Egypt, the Philippines, and Pakistan.
Hey, huh? Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's a very large reach.
They do have a very large reach. When I think of Duck Donuts, I don't really think of a store that's outside of New Jersey.
Me neither. I didn't know it was a chain until I looked it up for the podcast.
Yeah, I thought that it was always just like the one Duck Donuts in New Jersey in Middletown.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really think that there were any others.
I didn't realize that it had started somewhere else. I didn't realize it was a big chain. We learned so much.
Yes.
All because I had to get a CAT scan.
Indeed.
Which is the... Should I tell the horrible story?
I think I remember the story, but go ahead.
Okay. So, I had to get a CAT scan for various health reasons. Everything is fine, as it turns out, so it was just a big traumatizing experience for no reason. But I had to get contrast before I got the CAT scan. So if you've ever...
yeah, good times.
So if you've ever received a CAT scan, you know that, they put you on a table and they put you in the tube and they scan you, and voila, you're done. When you have to have contrast for your CAT scan, they have to inject you with I don't know exactly what chemical it is, but it's a contrast dye that basically goes into your veins and lights things up so that they can see more easily, and it provides contrast on the scan. Get it?
Yes.
It's all making sense. So, I had to go get a CAT scan of my neck, and I had to get the contrast injected. And I don't know if I got a new person or whatever it was, but so, okay, also backstory. I wear glasses and you can't have metal, so I had to take off my glasses. You can't have metal anything, so no jewelry. I had to take off my bra because it had wiring, so I'm like braless and blind on the table. I can't see. They have my arm to give me the injection, and all I feel is like pain, stabbing pain, and then burning because they blew my vein and then had to wash it with saline. And it was burning, horrible, awful pain, and now I'm bleeding. I can't see anything because everything's blurry. I don't know what's going on. They wrap it up with gauze. I look like I got attacked by a vicious animal. It's crazy how much gauze they wrapped me with for this ridiculously small thing. But whatever. So then they can't use that vein because they blew the vein.
Fun times.
So they gotta go to the other side. And I'm like, let's not use the crook of my arm, because the veins in the crook of my arm are always like hard to find. So they have to use my hand, which is fine. It's easier to see, but man, oh man, does that hurt like it's not fun. Okay. Yeah. It's not exciting. I've had blood work taken from there before too, and it's not great. But so they inject the thing in my hand, and the woman's, if you've ever had contrast before, the woman's like, okay, you're going to feel really warm, and then you're going to feel like you have to pee, but I promise you won't pee. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. Can you imagine going through all of this and then having to drive yourself home?
No.
I did that twice.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm really sorry, because honestly, I felt like I got my ass kicked after this, because I come in, and then after they take the needle out of the other hand, after the scan's over and whatever, and the contrast is taken care of, they're at my other hand in gauze, and it was like this bright neon green, ridiculous color. So I put my glasses back on, and I like shuffle out into the waiting room where Paul is to take me home. And I look like I got beaten up because I have all these bandages all over. He's like, what happened to you? I'm like, I don't know, man. And then we walked out of the store past the Duck Donuts, and he was like, oh, you want to stop in for something? And I'm like, honestly, I just want to go home. Can we do it another time?
Yeah, you looked like you were going to cry.
I was not okay. I was traumatized. So, yeah, I came home and I just, like, didn't do anything else for the rest of the day. I, like, stared at the wall.
Yeah, fun times.
Boatloads of fun. But it did bring us to the Duck Donuts, and it did inform us that they have ice cream, so...
So I guess there was some sort of positivity in the evil.
Yes. But speaking of... Oh god. I'm sorry. Ugh. Yeah.
Yes.
It's usually you doing that.
Right. Signature dishes, everybody.
Yay,
we're getting into it now. Now that we're done with that whole rant of traumatizing...
My harrowing story.
Yes. So, fan favorite donuts. Coffee, espresso, and more. Coffees, lattes,
Honey, do you not know what macchiatos are?
So, what's macchiatos?
Yeah, macchiato. A macchiato is a type of coffee beverage that typically has steamed milk and coffee. It's different from a latte, but I'm not entirely sure how. I will pull up the graphic.
And what's a fraps?
It's like a frozen coffee drink. It's what you get from Starbucks.
Oh, that thing that you get a lot of the time?
No, you get it.
Oh, right. I get it. I don't order these things myself, honey. I can't be expected to remember what they're actually called. Anywho, moving on. We also have donut ice cream sundaes. So that includes the classic salted caramel, s'mores, cookies and cream, chocolate madness. That does sound like madness.
I know, right?
Sounds like something very you, though. Confetti, peanut butter crunch strawberry shortcake.
Yeah. So, for the record, a macchiato is espresso with a little bit of milk, whereas a latte is about equal parts espresso and milk. So, a macchiato is stronger than a latte.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so the donut ice cream sundaes, they have their signature recipes, which are the ones that Paul just listed, but you can also say, I want this kind of donut with this kind of sauce and this ice cream, and they will make it.
Yeah, it does seem that way, especially with how they do their donuts.
Exactly. And we'll talk about the fact that, like, they have signature donuts that are theirs, the ones they make all the time, but if you walk in, right, they have all the ingredients for all these different things. If you walk in and you say, I want a donut with chocolate and lemon icing, which is disgusting, I don't know why you would do that, but you could say that and they would make it for you. You know?
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. I guess we'll just swap these.
Yes.
So they also have, into the ice cream scenario, right, other than the donut ice cream sundae, they also have milkshakes. And they have a series of classic ones that they have all the time, and then they had a rotating flavor that I tried this time. So they have the birthday cake shake, the blueberry shake, a chocolate shake, a cookies and cream, the maple bacon shake, which I wanted to try, and Paul wouldn't let me.
I didn't say that you couldn't try it. I just said it looked disgusting.
You told me not to try it.
I told you it would look disgusting. I'm not the kind of person who says you can't have it.
You told me I couldn't.
I did not.
The salted caramel shake, a s'mores shake, strawberry, and classic vanilla. And then they're also having a rotating flavor right now on their menu in general. Not just for the shakes, but for different donut recipes and stuff. They're having a cookie butter partnership. I don't know with whom or why. But they also have a cookie butter shake.
And you tried that.
And that is what I had, but we'll get to that later. In addition to that, they have donut ice cream sandwiches, which is basically the same thing as the sundae, except, in a sandwich, so 2 donuts. And then lemonades and refreshers that you can get. They have different flavored ones, as well as the ability to add popping bubbles to some of them, which is exciting.
What is a popping bubble?
They're bobas that explode.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's cool. They also have donut breakfast sandwiches, which I was, pretty impressed by. It was definitely an interesting thing that I was, looking at.
Yeah, Paul was floored when he saw that on the menu.
I'll never probably buy it, but it was very interesting.
It is interesting.
So they have different breakfast sandwiches made from donuts. So, get your famous breakfast combinations on a donut. Our donut breakfast sandwich starts with a warm, delicious sliced donut. Make it your own with your choice of protein, egg, cheese, sausage, or, of course, bacon. And don't forget to top it off with maple drizzle and chopped bacon.
So, on the menu board, right, because I'll pull up the picture of the menu board, they have things that are their everyday donut breakfast sandwiches. They have the sausage, egg, and cheese, bacon, egg, and cheese, sausage, egg, and cheese with maple icing. I don't know why you would do that. Or any combination of those things. You can, basically what they just said in the copy there. But, so donut sandwiches. Wild.
Yeah, definitely interesting.
You know who else?
Again, I don't think I'll ever get one, but it's interesting.
You know who else did a donut sandwich, but it wasn't breakfast and it did not go over well?
What? Who?
A long time ago now, TGI Fridays had like a circus theme menu that they did for a limited time or whatever. And they had a donut burger.
Ew.
Yeah, it did not get good reviews.
I would not think it would.
But anywho, this is probably better because at least donuts are breakfast food, you know?
Yes.
Anyway, and then, of course, they have made-to-order donuts. So this is the situation. This is how it goes. Ready? The secret to our delicious donuts. It all begins with our signature vanilla cake donut, freshly made the moment you order. The rest is up to you. So all of the donuts have the same base, but everything else is added. So you start with a coating. You can have it plain. You can add cinnamon sugar, powdered sugar, glazed, icing, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, or peanut butter, or maple, or lemon, or blueberry, right? All different types of icings. Then you add a topping. So you can do rainbow sprinkles, chocolate sprinkles, graham cracker crumbs, chopped nuts, chopped bacon, shredded coconut, Oreo, cookie pieces, or streusel.
Yep.
And then you can add a drizzle, which includes the choices of hot fudge, marshmallow drizzle, salted caramel, raspberry, or any of the previously mentioned icings. You can add as a drizzle instead. So even if you don't pick from one of their like pre-made recipes, like I said before, you can come in and say, okay, I want a donut with vanilla icing, rainbow sprinkles, and bacon, which is a weird combo.
Yeah.
And you can do that. And it's totally fine.
I mean, you'll be sinning, but you can do that.
So, yeah. There's a lot of things you can do at Duck Donuts. What I did notice also, since this is an ice cream podcast and it's important to, you know, pay attention to the ice cream.
Yes.
On the menu, it says that all of their milkshakes are made with Blue Bunny ice cream, topped with whipped cream.
They're made with blue bunnies?
Yeah.
Okay. No wonder why they were good.
Didn't you notice there were fur? No. So, yeah, so I guess technically we're reviewing Blue Bunny ice cream today, a little bit too.
I guess we are. I was going to ask before, like, what is the ice cream source? Because I assumed they didn't make it themselves.
No, it's Blue Bunny.
All right.
Which is a good ice cream brand.
It is a really good brand.
Like, they have good stuff.
Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Go-tos and what we ordered. You can start.
I can start?
Yep, you can start.
Excuse me. Well, okay, should we talk about our previous experience with Duck Donuts before we talk about what we ordered?
I mean, I only have the one real experience with it, but you can go ahead.
You mean the pharmacy?
Yeah, my one experience is your one experience.
Well, then why don't we talk about it together?
I guess you could do that.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I guess we could do that. But also, you could do No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, so way back when we met, when dinosaurs walked the earth.
Shut the fuck.
We worked in ShopRite's pharmacy together, and the pharmacist who hired both of us, her name was Colleen, and it was her birthday, and one of the other pharmacists, Michelle, had this idea that we could bring Duck Donuts in for her birthday. So we all chipped in and we got her a big thing of Duck Donuts, and they were delicious. And that's the whole story. It's really not that exciting.
Wow, okay. Yeah, that wasn't.
Wow, Paul.
Yeah, good job, honey. Good job.
You know what? But in that moment, the one of the things I remembered trying from Duck Donuts that I thought was really enjoyable was a specific donut called the Boardwalk. It is a donut with powdered sugar and Oreo pieces. It basically tastes like an Oreo funnel cake like you get at the Boardwalk. Hence why it's called the Boardwalk.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I know. And it's really, really good. It's like, I'm not a big donut person in general. They're not my favorite thing. But that donut is basically funnel cake, and so it's really good.
Yeah, that sounds very you.
Other than that, the only thing I've tried and enjoyed from Duck Donuts is the maple bacon donut, because as we know and we've heard on this podcast, I'm a sucker for maple bacon anything.
That is true.
I tried the maple bacon ice cream from Gabriel's Fountain. Really like that. So I'm excited when there's a maple bacon item for me to try. And in this case, the maple bacon donut was very, very good. But this is an ice cream podcast, and so we're probably wondering what I actually had that had ice cream in it. And so I also am a sucker for anything with cookie butter. I really like cookie butter. I had it for the first time from Trader Joe's, and as we know, anything from Trader Joe's is like
really good.
Fantastic.
Except, what was it that tasted kind of weird that we bought from them and that we just didn't like?
I don't know.
There was something, but I just can't remember what it was.
I can't remember either.
Anyway, go ahead.
So, cookie butter. They're having a cookie butter promotion right now at Duck Donuts, so I tried the cookie butter milkshake, and I got real nervous when I asked the guy about it because he had said, I don't know if I can make that, and I was like, okay, well, if you can't, then I'll just do the s'mores one. And he said, okay, let me check and make sure I have the syrup. And I'm like, okay. So I guess it's a flavoring you add to the ice cream. And so he went and checked. He's like, yeah, I can make this for you. I'm like, okay, sounds good. And so I'll take that, please. And it was good. Was it the best milkshake I've ever had? No, but this is a donut shop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like the most incredible thing I've ever had. Flavor-wise, it was very good. It was very cookie butter forward. But I'm gonna be honest, it was milk. It was not a milkshake.
There was not enough cream in it.
It was not thick enough by any stretch of the imagination. It was basically milk.
Well, didn't the dude also say that was the first time he ever made that?
He did say it was the first time he made that one. It was, I was the guinea pig for him. And it was pretty good. For a first attempt, it was good. But I can't imagine it was the first milkshake he's ever made working at the store where they sell them.
That is true. That is true.
So that I don't know. But he was really nice, and, I gave him a tip anyway, and he was, like, a good dude. And he, like, was the only person in the entire, not just the store, but I think the entire plaza today.
He was.
Because there was, like, only one other car
and
there.
It was probably his.
And it was, I assume it was his. Because all the other places in that plaza are medical buildings.
Right.
And it's the weekend, and
Do you think it's tactical? People get out of the doctor's office, they're pissed off, they're angry, and then they want sweets?
I think so. I think it's a brilliant idea, too, because if you...
What he should do, he should make a deal with the doctors that when they come out of the doctor's office, they bring a coupon. Instead of giving out lollipops to people, they should give out coupons to people to go to Duck Donuts and get like 10% off their order.
That would be brilliant.
That would be so smart. They would be rolling in the bank.
Because it's literally like the imaging place, a chiropractor, and something else over there, but they're all medical facilities.
Yes.
So, yeah. It makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I liked the atmosphere, I liked the guy, I liked the donuts. My milkshake was not very exciting.
Sadness.
Yeah.
As for me, my thing was pretty cool.
Your thing looked really good.
I offered you more. You didn't take it.
I know.
I had a blueberry pancake donut with the donut sundae. I had a blueberry pancake donut with the ice cream from the Blue Bunny, and then some whipped cream on top.
Was there whipped cream?
I think there was a tiny bit. Or at least they said there should be in the description.
You know, I didn't get whipped cream on my milkshake either.
Oh, maybe he forgot both of us.
He didn't give us the whipped cream.
Either way, there was supposed to be whipped cream, and even if we didn't get it. So, yeah. This was good. It was sweet as hell.
It looked very sweet. It smelled really sweet.
Yeah, but, that's kind of my thing.
That's true.
I have an issue, honey.
Oh,
I'm not
probably
denying
the
it.
maple icing on top wasn't and powdered sugar.
There was maple icing on top?
Mm-hmm. I think that's what that is.
Oh, that would make sense. God, that was so much sugar.
Hence blueberry pancake is the flavor of the donut you picked. So.
I'm surprised I don't have the beaties right now. Anyway. But yeah, that was good. I would have... I was trying to figure out how to eat it was the problem. Like, there was so much ice cream on top. It was like a mountain. It was like, it was wide on the bottom from the donut, and then there was like a mountain of ice cream with a peak.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out how to eat it. So at one point, I wanted to like just bite off the top of the peak, but then I would be eating all the maple syrup in one shot. So I ended up trying to push it down a little bit and spread it out, but I also didn't want it to melt off the sides.
Yeah. That was messy.
Yeah, the problem was it's a fresh donut and it was hot. And then they also put ice cream on top of it, so it started to melt really quickly.
Yeah.
This is not the kind of thing that you could, like, order. Like, I don't know.
You can't take this home. You gotta eat it in store.
And you also can't, like,
DoorDash?
Yeah, you can't DoorDash this thing.
Which is weird, too, because this place does do DoorDash and Grubhub. I saw that in the sign on the window.
And did they say that you can DoorDash the sundae?
I don't know. I'm going to pull up DoorDash right now just to see.
All right, because that's a terrible idea if they do that. No one should ever get that thing.
It'll just be a puddle.
Yeah, there'll be nothing but a puddle and a soggy donut by the time that it gets back to you.
Ugh, I hate soggy anything.
It was kind of crazy how fast that thing was melting. And I got like a mini brain freeze twice based on how fast I had to eat that thing. And my hands were sticky. I got like all the way home and I had to like scrub my hands and then get underneath my wedding ring because it was all stuck up in there and I had enough problems just trying to get the ring off in the first place. So yeah, that was a thing.
So you can't order the sundae, but you can order the sandwich on DoorDash.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, it's adorable.
I kind of want that.
Oh, God.
Well, either way, my thing was still good. It was just messy. It was so messy. Holy Jesus.
Holy cow?
Yeah. Him too. The holy cow.
But yeah, I was impressed that you ate it without making too much of a mess.
I'm very
I only had to use 3 napkins to help you.
Yeah, I'm very tactful when it comes to like eating ice cream without making a huge mess.
Yeah.
Like with what was it? Sunday afternoon?
No, Sundays.
Sundays. There's too many. There's too many.
A lot of them have the word Sunday or scoop in the in the title, so it's hard.
But yeah, Sundays. You make a huge mess every time, and I somehow like hold and keep everything together.
Yeah, I'm a disgrace at Sundays.
You
can't take me there anymore.
I can't imagine what would happen if you tried to eat that thing.
Oh no, I would have cried. Honestly. And also the fact that they didn't have like spoons, and you had to get a plastic fork and attempt to eat with that. That was bizarre. Anyway. But yeah, so Duck Donuts was fun. We did bring home some donuts for the fam, just to share. 'Cause again, the ice cream stuff was not going to travel well, and we feel, you gotta bring a little something home. So we got the sunrise donut, which is like a lemon raspberry situation. We brought home the maple bacon. We brought home some kind of coconut island thing that my dad ate already and he liked it. Another blueberry pancake to have without ice cream. Chocolate peanut butter, and then the boardwalk, which is the one that's my fave.
Yes.
So we have some donuts that we'll be picking on for the next couple days.
Yes, in small amounts because of how sugary these things are.
They are very sweet. It is not a... Well, I mean, my dad ate his.
His whole donut?
Mm-hmm.
That's surprising. He doesn't like sugar.
Apparently, he likes that.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah. So.
Cool.
I don't know. Anyway. The moment you've all been waiting for, I suppose. Would be...
The score,
How we're gonna rate this thing.
Yes.
So, this is the tier list.
Wow, it's so big now. In the S tier, we have Allstead Farms, Frozen Flavors, Ice Cream Monster, Milkcraft, Cereal Creamery, Ryan's Homemade Ice Cream, Mystic Drawbridge, Friendlies, and the Baked Bear.
In the A tier, we have Nicholas Creamery, Gabriel's Mountain, Strollo's Lighthouse, Uncle Louis G's, Sweet Ice Creamery, Sunday Afternoon Sundays, Carvel, Holy Cow, Coney Waffle, Smoothie King, and Frozen Yo Cafe.
In the B tier, we have Ralph's Homemade Ice Cream, Baskin Robbins, Ben & Jerry's, Pinkberry.
Wait.
Oh, right. We have Ben & Jerry's, and then we have,
What's the Scoop?
There we go. That's the one. What's the Scoop? Pinkberry, Haagen-Dazs, and Jersey Freeze.
In the C tier, we have Rita's, Crazy's, Cold Stone, Shake Shack, Dairy Queen, and Sonic.
Wow, that was quick.
Thank you.
And then in the D tier, we have Magnificos and Mini Melts.
I have almost some of these, not quite memorized, but...
That's concerning.
But, I have the general gist of where they are because I've had to remake the tier list about 18,000 times. Whenever we move stuff or, so. But anyway, based on that, where would we put Duck Donuts? Now, donuts are S tier.
Yeah, they're A tier.
Okay.
All right.
Well, anyway.
Don't hurt me.
The donuts are really good. Ice cream. They're ice cream products.
Wait. Did you say donuts in general or their donuts?
Their donuts.
Oh, they're S tier.
Okay.
I thought you meant donuts in general.
No, donuts in general are meh.
Yeah.
I'm not a big donut eater.
Yeah, but their donuts are special.
Mm-hmm. But this is an ice cream podcast. And I gotta tell you, I was not impressed with my ice cream. Especially since, I don't know, it was not ice cream. I had milk.
Yeah, I felt bad. Me, personally, I enjoyed what I got. I would vote A tier by myself for my choice, but because you didn't like yours, we have to always find a compromise.
Well, it's not that I didn't like it. It was still tasty, but it was just not, it wasn't ice cream. It was a lie. I would say we put Shake Shack all the way down in C.
We're not putting it in C. That we can't do that because mine was pretty good. I would put it in A. You would probably want to put it in C.
Okay,
so we got to put it in B.
So it's got to go in the B tier. So where in the B tier? That's the question.
I mean, we can count. Where would you want... Okay, here's the idea. Where do you want to put it in the C tier? I would put it... I would put it after Coney Waffle in the A tier. Where would you put it in the C tier?
At the end.
Really?
Because I had a milkshake, and the shake I had at Shake Shack was better, and the shake I had at Sonic was better.
All right. I'm going to count by 1, 2, 3. When I do, move over 1 to the left. Got it?
Okay, but don't forget we have What's the Scoop in there also.
Okay. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's either going to... So, okay, right there. It's going to either be in front of Pinkberry or in front... it's going to be around Pinkberry Haagen-Dazs area then.
Oh, it seems criminal to put it in front of Haagen-Dazs.
So do you want to put it in front of Jersey Freeze?
Yeah,
I could deal with that.
I can live with that.
All right. So we shall do that then.
B tier after Haagen-Dazs.
B tier after Haagen-Dazs and in front of Jersey Freeze.
All right. Sounds good to me.
It's not bad for a place that I wouldn't think that it would be dealing with any kind of frozen treats.
That's pretty good considering the fact that Jersey Freeze claims to have the best ice cream ever, and Anyway, my point is, it's not an ice cream shop, and it's still outranked some other actual ice cream shops.
Yeah.
So, good job, Duck Donuts.
Yes.
And your donuts are fire.
Yes, they are.
Anyway. Thank you, everyone, for listening to episode 37. You just ran over my foot with the chair.
I'm sorry. Well, don't put it there.
Okay. Episode 37 of Scoop Podcast. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, etc. I'm really okay. It's okay.
Good.
If you like what you're listening to, feel free to donate to our Ko-fi account so we can keep making these things and afford all of the fun ice cream creations that we like to try.
Unless we get like a gigantic swath of new subscribers, we're never going to make back our losses, by the way.
You never know. Have faith. So be sure to follow, like, and subscribe so you always know where to go for your Frozen favorites. And as always, the best way to support us is by tuning in. So remember to tune in next week for a review of an independent scoop shop paying homage to a beloved family pet.
Yes.
Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
No.
You'll find out next week.
I guess I will.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.